those are ideas to place. Unfortunately, if some of you were looking, we don't have like a big program that we want to roll out, and instead we approach this incrementally as certain projects are brought to us where the city is proposing one as CTA that we do, like this council has directed us so many times, to kind of talk to the neighbors, talk to the business district, and as we're doing these improvements, brainstorm with them ideas they have for maybe an art piece that could go to not just enhance, but basically be kind of utilitarian and have many features. For example, and Paul didn't show it with his bike rack, but I've seen art pieces that have a dual purpose of having kind of a neat old-timey use of or look of the antique bicycles, but they're done in the same way, or they're done in a way that they can also be bicycle racks at the same time. So anyway, those were our ideas, and we wanted to kind of close this or bring this discussion to you and say that as we work with these business districts and certain public improvements within these business districts, that we're going to brainstorm with them and kind of bring you some art ideas. So that was our ideas, and at least what we wanted to report back to you from our various meetings we've had up until now.
All right, thanks a lot. And personally, I don't know if these got mentioned, but the bike racks at the Levy Center, did they get mentioned in the committee?
Yes, they did. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I love those. But incorporating the use of the local artists, the Open Studio project on the CTA wall, that was a great utilization of the improvements on that bridge there. And I get the benefit of it because that's my train stop and I look out at it. And it was very well done. And it was kids in the neighborhood and turned out very well. Any thoughts or comments from the rest of the committee? Alderman Nguyen?
Well, one of the viaducts one of the three viaducts that's going to be replaced is Greenleaf, and that is 1 block from Nichols Middle School. And I think if we could do something engaging the students at Nichols Middle School and the art department there, that would be a wonderful engagement of the community and a recognition that that's the neighborhood, that institution defines that neighborhood, and that there are probably a couple hundred middle school students who walk underneath that viaduct every day. And then in addition, the Dempster viaduct is going to be replaced as well, and that would be, I would think, one of those business districts that would want to have something that defines it. It's an opportunity to, if possible, work with the CTA and put something into the structure of that viaduct that becomes permanent and distinctive in the viaduct there. Maybe you incorporated, something simple into the brick or something distinctive there.
Yeah, and if there's any way to incorporate that with the construction process itself,
right,
perhaps the CTA would entertain installing it for us.
Yeah, yeah.
If it doesn't really add to the cost.
And I still, and can I just say one final thing? I still really like the idea of, I think it was Alderman Rainey's idea originally, of the single theme public art campaign. That unites all of Evanston, and I think, Ann, you had talked about a lighthouse possibly.
A lighthouse form.
And then and then you get local art. We have certainly any number of wonderful artists in Evanston to decorate them, and then they become auction items, and then they just keep going and going. So I really like that idea as well.
I always liked that idea for about the last 10 years.
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful idea.
Ever since Cows on Parade, right?
Right.
It could be our cow.
Yeah.
I wanted to say,
Yes,
I wanted to comment on doing things with the underpasses of the overpass. One of the things that we found in doing the light sculpture on Custer, and I hope everybody has seen that, but I cannot tell you how many people have not seen it. You have to see it at night. It is absolutely magnificent, and the picture in this packet was fabulous. One of the things that happened with that was the sculpture was expensive, but what really cost us was the CTA charges for security while the work was being done. The work was being done nowhere near tracks, but they were very concerned that something might fall on the tracks or something might happen, and it's a requirement. We paid thousands of dollars for CTA security for that. Also, the issue, we saw all these streetlights, and it appeared as though we would have no trouble with electricity, but we did. So any kind of light sculpture, which I think is really exciting, especially in a dark space like underpasses, would be so exciting. And to do it while the viaduct was being worked on would probably end up being the cost of the artist's work, and that's it. So that would be really smart to do if you were going to do light sculptures.
All right, very good. Other thoughts? Alderman Fisk?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that if we're going to be painting on underpasses, that we contact a muralist who is familiar with actually painting directly onto concrete. I think there's a fabric that you can use as a backing that would allow the mural to be removed at some point, so we could do changeable murals, but also keep them so we didn't lose them forever and have to paint over them. Because I think that, especially for schools or something like that, that they would like to display them perhaps somewhere else, and maybe later we would, reinstall them. But it would give an opportunity for more frequent use and interchangeable types of art pieces. I love Alderman Rainey's idea of the lighting. I think that would be fantastic because obviously we need lighting in these places. And it brings a sense of vitality and kind of fun to a place where there's nothing really to look at. So I think that's a really good idea.
Right.
It provides a good utilitarian purpose too.
The viaducts are such, they're entry points, and they're so dismal. If we could turn that around, it would be good if we could get them built on both sides, Metra and CTA, but one step at a time, right? All right, thank you very much, Mr. Craig.
Thank you.
All right, any communications?
No.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor of adjourning? Aye. Any opposed? The city council meeting will start shortly.